Man charged with killing wife, putting body in suitcase. A Fitchburg man charged with poisoning his wife, stuffing her body in a suitcase and dumping it by the side of a highway in Oxford nearly a couple of years ago has been found guilty of first-degree murder. Asim Amran, 34, formerly of 355 Summer Street, Fitchburg, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole shortly after noon on Wednesday after a jury in Worcester Superior Court found that he killed Faiza Malik, 27, on or around December 31, 2008. After hearing all of the evidence and witness testimony and deliberating for a total of about 8 hours over the course of Tuesday and Wednesday, the jury found that Amran poisoned Malik with morphine in their Fitchburg apartment, stuffed her body in a large suitcase and dumped it in a wooded area adjacent to the Exit 5 on-ramp of Interstate 395 in Oxford. Ms. Malik's badly decomposed body was discovered by police August 20, 2009, in a suitcase near Depot Road in Oxford of Interstate 395. Toxicology tests later revealed a fatal dose of morphine in her system. Mr. Amran and Ms. Malik were united in an arranged marriage in Pakistan in 2004 and had a son, Harun, who was 3 years old when his mother was killed. Mr. Amran, a native of Pakistan and a U.S. citizen, testified during his 7-day trial that he returned home on December 30, 2008, to find his wife dead and empty pill bottles on a kitchen counter. He told the jury he disposed of Ms. Malik's remains in the suitcase because he was afraid he would be accused of killing her. Mr. Amran said that fear was based on the fact that he had been unfaithful to his wife with several different women and that he had access to morphine and other drugs in his role as a nurse. When questioned by State Police Sergeant James Nanoff and Trooper Gerard O'Malley in May of 2009, Mr. Amran said his wife had left him. The key prosecution witness in the case was Rukhsara Safa, a former stripper with whom Mr. Amran was having an affair at the time of his wife's death. Ms. Safa related to investigators that Mr. Amran told her he killed Ms. Malik and brought her to the location where the body was left. Police found the body the next day. In his closing argument to the jury, Mr. Amran's lawyer, Kevin J. Reddington, said Ms. Malik knew of her husband's affair with Ms. Safa and took her own life because she was distraught over their failing marriage. Assistant District Attorney Daniel J. Bennett argued that the evidence showed Mr. Amran planned his wife's murder. He asked the jurors to find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder. The jury's verdict options were not guilty of any crime, guilty of first-degree murder, or guilty of second-degree murder, which carries a mandatory life sentence with the possibility of parole in 15 years. Faiza Malik came to this country with hopes of a bright future, but she was betrayed by the man she left her native land for. We hope this verdict can bring some closure to her friends and family, District Attorney Joseph D. Early Jr. said in a news release. In an impact statement read in court at the sentencing hearing, the victim's cousin, Sarah Ahmed, spoke of Ms. Malik's unconditionally loving spirit, her exemplary character, and her dedication to her Muslim faith and her family. Ms. Ahmed told the court that Ms. Malik had planned to go back to Pakistan in February 2009 and that her family had been anxiously awaiting her return. Faiza was a great mother, and no one can take that away from her son, even if she was taken from this world. May God grant Faiza the peace and justice she deserved, Ms. Ahmed said.